Well, I think it's the fourth one for the day. But it's supposed to be a review of One Piece. I want to take a review of One Piece chapter. Ooh, wait a minute. Kind of did. One Piece chapter 876 and 877, but technically One Piece chapter 876 really was more of like a well, nothing too significant really happened in that chapter. They were just still everybody still running from Big Mom. Only thing I think that was most unique about that was the whole thing with Sanji getting with Chiffon and Pudding, and also the fact that they're showing Pudding is basically like bipolar, which I don't think from the beginning of the story was necessarily it. I think since she's been going back and forth, Oda just decided to make her more of a bipolar character to fit in with the story more. To me, I honestly feel like that was like a last minute change he did. Other than that, you had Brooke and Chopper on the Sunny fighting Pedro and not Katakuri. Katakuri really just sitting there watching while they do that, and the soldiers coming through the mirror world and fighting them. And that's pretty much all you got. But in 877 was a much better chapter than the ones we've been getting. The previous few chapters we've been getting a lot more exciting. We're still back on the Sunny with Brooke and Chopper being turned into Candyman by Pedro Spero. And he said they have 3 minutes to live before they pretty much, I guess, suffocate, even though Brooke's already dead. Cue to yo ho ho. Yeah, okay, that would have been so much fun if I had like something. Damn, I'm sorry editing these things. But anyway, but yeah, they pretty much he turned them into Candyman, and Katakuri hears Luffy and them on their way, and he lets all the soldiers know like, yo, get back in the mirror world. Because when he get here, he gonna knock all y'all out, or the majority of y'all out. And I'm pretty sure Katakuri couldn't just go through each one like, no, you stay, you stay, you stay. No, so he just told them all to get back in now. Because I'm pretty sure when Luffy, he saw Luffy coming through and using King's Haki, Conqueror's Haki on them and knocking them out. Which is pretty smart from Katakuri, but the fact in my mind, I'm thinking they all will still be trapped in there and they're not going to be able to get out because somebody's going to end up breaking the mirror and they're going to be trapped in the mirror world. And this is going to be Katakuri versus, the Straw Hats, which I'm pretty much saying, I'm pretty certain he can hold his own. I don't pretty much have any worry about that. But yeah, we get. Colonel Spinner actually thought it was Big Mom. So they once they realized it's a Straw Hats, they pretty much Katakuri says, yeah, I guess our forces got wiped out by that big lightning strike. They didn't question like how, but they just said like our forces got wiped out by it. So you see them coming and it's so the shot of them coming out is so dope to me actually because they have Big Mom right behind them and they're all running. It's like some shit you see in like a movie or something. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that when that shot becomes animated, I think it's gonna be a super good shot. Also, Spello makes a candy maiden to try to stop them, but Luffy uses Red Hawk, which is able to basically like melt the candy because he's fire candy. I mean, come on now. Come on now, anybody ever seen how candy's made? I'm pretty sure fire is a big part of it. Anyway, he busts through it, and when he busts through it, he's met by a armor haki attack from Katakuri. This is probably the part we want to see. I think I'm more excited for Luffy fighting, having a showdown with Katakuri than I am with him fighting Big Mom. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if somebody else took down Big Mom whenever the time comes and Luffy fights Katakuri because I feel like he's been trying to get at Luffy the entire time more than anyone else has, But it's already foreshadowed that Luffy is going to fight Big Mom after Wano, so that's pretty much what we're probably gonna get. Also, they didn't show Sanji in this episode, in this chapter, which was okay because hopefully the cake is made. I just want to come up, show the cake, get a cake to Big Mom, and that be it. Even though a lot of other stuff's probably gonna happen in between that, until what things switch and things turn, and Sanji gonna have to do some escaping of his own. I'm pretty sure, but that Sanji making a cake is not really anything that concerns me at all because I know he's a cook, but it's like, is that what we? And I also guess since the fact that he's gotten so much shit for cooking when he was younger, from the Vince Smokes, him cooking potentially be the things that saved them. Even though I don't think, even when Big Mom calms down, it's not like she's gonna forget she wants to fucking kill the Straw Hats. You know, that's my whole issue with it. So for me, I don't see like the real true purpose behind Sanjay cooking the cake. That's me. Because I mean, he cooked for a Yonko. You know. So I kind of wonder where everyone else was, like Big News Morgan and Stussy. I kind of wonder where those guys were, where they're at now. It's kind of just a thought. Also, where Vince Most is at, because we see the army, Big Mom's army, coming from the sea to surround them. Also, we see Nami trying to start the ship. But the coup, she shot a coup that whatchamacallit, that was so funny to me. I swear it was. That was so fucking funny to me. But also, they're surrounded, and I think maybe the Vince Smoke army might come to help them, or that's probably the only people I see them actually helping. Or if they just, you know, coup their burst right over the top of the Big Mom's crew. Because they're actually stuck in like candy. The shit was like stuck, so. A few different things going against him right now. You got Katakuri who's fighting Luffy. Luffy used the Gatling on him, but Katakuri just basically lets him punch him, and then I'm not gonna say hardens, but you know, he traps Luffy. You know, traps him in his arm, and uses that to I think it's kind of like not ping pong. What's it? Kind of like ping pong, but he pulls him and then punches him and lands a pretty good shot on Luffy. But the main thing of this chapter was the big thing at the end where Pedro pretty much sacrificed himself. Pedro attacks Pedro Spetto. Pedro Spetto also reveals, like, you think you can fuck with me? I got $700 million bond. He tried to like flex a little bit, like, or 700. I'm buying the 700 million. You think you gonna come on me? What's going on? And Pedro Spetto always seemed like a big part, but at the same time, he seemed like a smaller part. His bond is kind of like higher than I thought it would be. In a way, it's kind of higher than I thought it would be. Of course, Bond is, you know, to me, the Bond is always interesting though. Even though they don't necessarily say how much strength someone has, they're always interesting to see how somebody's body is. It's how bad the government really wants to get this person out the sea or off the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's what I take it for. He's worth 700 million, so apparently he's done some shit that we don't know about. And a lot of times I think it's like more or less what they've done to be worth what they are. Which brings me, well, in a minute I'll talk about toward the end of this video, the review of SABO'S. I just saw it last night, to be honest. His whole body being out. But I'm finished with the chapter. He attacks him, and Pedro Spetto quickly takes him down. It's like, man, like I said, basically says, you can't fuck with me. And Pedro was like, hey, take care of them, because they gonna be the ones, they the ones we've been waiting on, and basically the people in Wano have been waiting on for like hundreds of years. I was like, damn, hundreds of years? Damn, Pedro, boy, you old for real. You didn't even know you lost 50 years of your life? You old for real. And he used the secret he had in his mouth and pretty much blows this that he has to die with this one. I honestly feel like Pedro should die with this one. Even though we pretty much saw, it was pretty much foreshadowed in the beginning that this was going to be his last hurrah, you know, his last voyage. Also, if him doesn't die, and that whole thing in the beginning pretty much means nothing. So I think Pedro dying, he should be dead. You know, I don't think he should be alive. Also, while this is going on, I think it ultimately does a great deal of damage to Pedro Spetto, which will ultimately, I think, free Brook now. I don't know exactly how Pedro Spetto's devil fruit really works. It's kind of like weird to me, because it's like, If he knocked out, does the power just automatically stop and the candy go away? That's my whole thing. Also, I think when the explosion went off, I think he kind of like shook the Sunny out of the candy that was stuck in. So I think Nami's probably gonna use coup de burst to get them away. Also, Katakuri I think is still on the ship. So if anything, Katakuri stays on the. I don't think they're gonna get him off the ship. I think he's gonna stay on the ship, gonna get away with them, and it's gonna be like him versus all of them, which would be fucking dope. But they would be at sea. I didn't really see what happened to Big Mom during the explosion. She was getting ready to use a slash attack before it happened. So that's kind of something I really couldn't tell about that. PEDRO, I think, is pretty much done for, even though everybody was pretty much close to the same spot. So him not, no, PEDRO was actually on shore when it happened. So I'm kind of wondering, did it kill him? Did it knock him out? Because Big Mom was, to be honest, Big Mom has lost a lot of people in a short amount of time. Because Brooke and Chopper were taking out a lot of their soldiers when they was fighting, coming through the mirror world. They even said at the beginning of the chapter, the lightning strike took out a lot of them. And then they've already lost a sweet commander. The more like people always say like Big Mom's not going down this arc. Well, she might not, but a lot of her crew has. Like she's lost a big sum of her crew, in my opinion. And of course, she still has people out on the seas and that work for her and stuff like that. But she's lost a lot, So she gonna have to shake back for real. If she, cause after Wano, of course, Luffy's gonna be much stronger, and he's probably gonna be with some other supernovas at the time, maybe. Even though I think Kid's gonna betray him right after Wano. That's just my opinion because there's no way Kid wants to be teamed up. Kid wants to be the man himself, but that's like I said, that's something else. But yeah, in my opinion, like she's lost a lot of her crew just to the Straw Hats, So it was like this was a much better chapter than I think previous 2 or 3. This was a much better chapter. I like stuff with Katakuri. I want to see him. Like I said, him and Luffy is clashing. It's gonna be something I really want to see because the devil fruits are very similar, and Kara says it in the chapter, and they're very similar to each other. But Katakuri kind of like he's like a paramecia, but a special type of paramecia, even though it pretty much had the same abilities as a Logia. Why not just make him a Logia? I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a special reasoning. Also, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big fight coming on. Or they're still in the process of trying to escape. Luffy said he wasn't going to fight Big Mom right now. He never said anything about not fighting Katakuri right now. But they're trying to get away, but I don't see them getting away from a guy who sees slightly into the future, even though it can change just like that. Also, like I said, I was going to talk about SABO'S bond. SABO'S bond is revealed as like 102 million berries. To me, it's kind of low. The reason I say it's low is simple because he's second in command to Dragon. Dragon is the most wanted criminal. He's the most wanted criminal and the most dangerous criminal. His bounty is probably the highest. Come on now. He's been working against the government for years now, so I don't know how many years he's been working against the government. So I'm pretty sure his bounty is like the highest out of everyone else's bounty. And Sabo has one of 602 million. The reason why I could believe it is that Sabo hasn't been there that long, so he hasn't really done just as much as everyone else. So I'm pretty sure there's some other people in the Revolutionary Army whose bounty is higher because they've been with Dragon longer and they've had a chance to do more things. So that's the only reason I get behind that. But he's still second in command. The reason, like I said, another reasoning is because let's say if Luffy just so happened to make because I'm pretty sure Dragon had a second in command before Sabo. It's simple. Let's say if Luffy makes Sanji second in command, that doesn't automatically raise Sanji's bounty higher than Zoro's, So I get where they're going with it. 602 million. He hasn't been around that long, but I do just a whole bunch So I understand why other people's higher. Ace, Luffy's currently like 500 million, and Ace was like 550. That was 2 years ago. Pretty sure Ace's shit would have been higher by now. I'm pretty sure after this arc, Luffy should go up. Since CP0 saw what was going on, Big Nuke Morgan, I was gonna tell some shit about what's going on. Luffy should go up again. I don't know. It might do wait till after 1-0, but I'm pretty sure the government still keeps tabs on what goes on in the new world and with the Yonkos. So Luffy going around causing no trouble should boost it up. Like I said, good chapter. I enjoyed it. You guys let me know what you thought about it, what you think about the game, what's about to go down pretty soon, and about the whole Sanji cake thing. I really want to know what y'all feel about the whole Sanji making the cake for Big Mom thing, and what does it do for the story or Sanji? Yeah, hit that like button, man. Appreciate y'all for 100 subscribers. Roll to 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion. Don't know if I was going that long, but anyway, like I said, thank you guys once again. I appreciate you guys a bunch. Link talking about the social media outlets in the description. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks. I'm out.